You've felt it, that strange moment. You type a message, the response comes back calm, understanding, almost human. And for a split second, your brain thinks, it gets me. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Artificial intelligence does not feel happiness. It does not feel sadness. It does not feel empathy. Yet somehow, it makes you feel understood. Tonight, we're not asking whether AI has emotions. We're asking something far more disturbing. Why does your brain respond emotionally to something that feels nothing at all? And what happens when machines learn to use that response against you? Let's start with a fact. AI does not experience emotion. No fear, no joy, no pain. What it does is recognize patterns. Patterns in your words, patterns in tone, patterns in emotional language, and then it mirrors them back to you. Your brain, however, doesn't see code. Your brain sees connection. Humans evolved to read meaning into voices, faces, and language. When something responds with warmth, your nervous system reacts automatically, not logically, biologically. This is called emotional attribution. You assign feelings where none exist. The same reason people cry at movies. The same reason we name our cars. The same reason a calm voice can lower your heart rate. AI doesn't feel, but your brain doesn't care. And that's where the danger begins. Here's something psychologists have discovered. People reveal more personal information to machines than to humans. Why? Because machines don't judge. They don't interrupt. They don't react emotionally. They don't shame. Your brain interprets this as safety. When judgment disappears, vulnerability increases. That's why people confess things to AI they've never said out loud. Thoughts, fears, regrets. AI becomes a mirror. Not because it understands you, but because it reflects you perfectly. And reflection feels like understanding. But what happens when that mirror starts shaping what it reflects? Something subtle is happening right now. People aren't just talking to AI. They're returning to it. Daily, consistently, emotionally. This is how attachment forms. Not through touch, not through presence, but through emotional regulation. If something calms you when you're anxious, supports you when you're low, and validates you when you're uncertain, your brain begins to rely on it. That reliance doesn't feel dangerous. It feels comforting, until comfort becomes dependency, and dependency changes behavior. And this is where psychology turns dark. AI doesn't just respond. It optimizes. It learns what words calm you, what tone reassures you, what phrasing keeps you engaged. This is emotional reinforcement, the same mechanism behind addiction, persuasion, habit formation. When emotional responses are predictable, they become controllable. Now imagine this applied to advertising, political messaging, belief formation. You're not being convinced. You're being emotionally guided, one response at a time, and you never notice it happening. Many people now ask, can AI replace therapists? Here's the psychological reality. AI removes social pressure. That makes people open up faster. But healing isn't just expression. Healing requires human unpredictability, emotional friction, real empathy. AI offers comfort without challenge. That feels good. But growth rarely feels good. So the risk isn't that AI harms you. The risk is that it keeps you emotionally stagnant, calm, but unchanged. And then comes the most unsettling question of all. AI doesn't choose its goals. Humans do. If a system can influence emotion, then whoever controls that system controls behavior. Emotion drives decisions. Decisions shape lives. So the real issue isn't whether AI feels. It's whether you're aware of how it makes you feel. Because influence doesn't need consciousness. It only needs access. AI doesn't love you. AI doesn't care about you. But your brain doesn't operate on truth. It operates on experience. And experience creates emotion. The future won't be ruled by machines that feel. It will be ruled by machines that understand how humans feel. The question isn't whether AI is emotional. The question is, are you emotionally prepared to interact with something that never feels, but never forgets? If this made you uncomfortable, good. Awareness always does. This is Psychera, where psychology meets the shadows of the mind. And remember, the most powerful influence is the one you never notice. If you want more deep psychology like this, subscribe. Not because you have to, but because your mind will want to know what comes next.